podcast, man. Real dynamic.
You tuned in to Let's Yap About It. Even though I don't talk, but you got something to say. Stuck Emotions out now.
Tune in to Let's Yap About It. This ain't no podcast, it's a problem cast. I go out of Fairfield, Texas, very own. Hey man, tell your baby mama I'm looking for her. Tell your wife I'm looking for her. That's what it is, man. Let's Yap About It, man. This ain't no podcast, it's a problem cast. Fat motherfucker pimp, let's go, man.
Let's Yap About It. Let's Yap About It. Yap About It podcast. Starring Raw Bass. Let's Yap About It. Let's Yap About It. Let go. We in the mix. Fit too savage. Let's Yap About It. Stop by for a visit. Content was so living, had to pray for all of my children. Now the whole world be listening. Talk to niggas from prison. Spoke how they was living, how the COs be tripping. Rappers losing on the back end because promoter dudes keep dipping. Seen the show when the dude started out of bloods, then start crippin'. Stripper niggas stop tipping, out of game niggas stop flipping. Bad attitude, so he had to move just to keep his ass out of prison. Seen a show about a young hoe, fucked on a sister, man, no apology. Let's yap about it. If the bitch come around me, shit, she can holler at me. Check my Instagram, she was following me, cause she knew I be where them dollars be. Rapid funds, but I keep it going, I fuck you up, no apologies. Too savage like music.
Yo, we are back, man. Listen, I'm glad to be back. We are back at it once again, you know what I'm saying? Real talk. We've been doing our thing. You know what time it is. Tonight's show gonna be serious and intense. And if you want to know how serious I'm about this show, I'm gonna give you a little something. If you really think I'm playing.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Absolute, because after this,
I'm here to play around with y'all. God damn it, I'm not.
I'm not here to play. I came here to bring a little bit of truth, a little bit of knowledge. Tonight is going to be a fun episode. We definitely going to tap into a lot of things that's going on in the world. There are so many things. We're going to cover some things tonight. I'm going to bring up the subject matter. One of the subject matters of tonight is people are walking, living, breathing Looney Tunes. That's where we at. The society we live in has been removed far from reality. And what are the signs of people being real live Looney Tune characters? We're going to definitely get into that. We're going to actually make a couple of comparisons on some characters that have those same behavior traits on those characters, but actually in real life. We're going to talk about J-Lo A.K.A. Thanos Lopez, who's on her way to her fifth ring conquest. We're already going to talk about that. We definitely got to ask the question at this point. Can we officially say that Jennifer Lopez is the problem? We want you to weigh in, comment, drop comments. Or is it us? Maybe we got her wrong. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we got this whole situation crazy. We're going to talk about NBA Lil Pap. free from prison with his arrest of 5 years. He was arrested for the killing of G Money, and he was actually currently seen listening to NBA Youngboy on a live stream. And I want to ask the question tonight: what is a rapper's life worth at this point, or what is a black life worth at this point? We see so much going on in society, and we just want to tap in and ask these type of questions that need to be asked. We also gonna tap into this too. We're gonna tap into the Venezuelan gang takeover in Colorado communities. Are we on the way to having an internal foreign war as we continue to let immigrants in at this point? I mean, there have been so many countless in New York, Los Angeles, and all over where they have been bussed and airplaned out. We want to ask this question: are we on our way to an internal foreign war? Because there is so much of a divide within the country now. There's so much of a divide with immigrants having access to be able to purchase houses, get food stamps, and different things like that when Americans are struggling. So we really want to tap in. We want to ask those questions tonight. But the main one we're gonna go with, and that's the accoutrement of the show. Cam Newton's viral comments caused a stir. He talked about how he wanted to have more children with Dr. Bryant. And then he also proceeded to say that he wasn't worried about marriage and that marriage wasn't on the focus point of where he was. But I want to ask this question tonight too. Is Cam Newton's way of thinking the problem in black communities? We want to ask that question tonight. But I definitely want to say this. If you tuned in for the first time, man, I appreciate you for joining us tonight, man. But we definitely gonna get in depth to some things. But first, I want to tackle this, and we have a lot of things to cover tonight, so I really want to get into it. So as we begin the show tonight, I want everybody to tap in and go in, and like I say, you can drop a comment. You know, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, you can see my email. You can hit me behind the scenes, or definitely hit me at the number. So let's begin. Welcome to the Let's Yap About It podcast. We're the only tangible podcast for the people, where you will hear it raw, live, and direct, full in effect for you, the people. I'm Robert Higgins, a.k.a. Yap, a.k.a. Podcast, a.k.a. Hood, the voice of reason, a.k.a. the Problem Cast. I'm your host for tonight's broadcast, and we welcome you to the best broadcast in black media. I definitely got to give y'all a round of applause too. So without no stall, let's get straight to it. Let me get to this real quick. I'm finna go to it, and let me know if you guys can hear me, and also let me know that, you know what I'm saying, that you can hear me also on the second screen. Just give me a thumbs up. So just tap in with me. And we finna get ready to pull it up. Okay, we're talking behavior traits, right? One of the things I wanted to show you was this particular animal. We talk about the Tasmanian devil, right? We always talking about the Tasmanian devil, especially when we know him about Looney Tunes. We already know he was wild, he was rambunctious, but I really want you to understand, and I want you to hear this. I want you to hear the exact thing of what I'm talking about when I say hearing out different things and being able to understand what I'm talking about as far as a Tasmanian devil, right? Now, a Tasmanian devil, as you know, you already know what the sound of a Tasmanian devil is, and let me get to that sound so you can understand what I'm talking about. This is a true thing, man. This is a straight up true thing, and I want you to understand the correlation between human beings and this particular character, right? And I want you to go into it to understand exactly what I'm talking about in hearing this sound. That's it. I want you to understand that that right there is a whirlwind. And we see a lot of people with whirlwinds. They can become ferocious, just like this in real life. Short-tempered. They can also be vicious. I'm like dim-witted. Wild. Rambunctious. You can become rambunctious. Non-self-aware. Overbearing, and a whole bunch of other things. And I want y'all to understand that I've encountered a lot of people with those same characteristic traits. Now, you may laugh and think that the Tasmanian devil is just something of a Looney Tunes character, but no, we got people out here that are living like that in real life. And I'm at the point right now of where I'm actually close to these people. This is where I'm at that point.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
That's where I'm at with these people. And I'm talking about encountering these people on your everyday comings and goings, these type of people on your jobs, these type of people in relationships, these type of people in marriages, these type of people that are your parents, these type of people that are your siblings, these type of people that you may even have in contact, even as a higher up, as a boss. And I'm talking about ferocious, short-tempered, vicious, like dim-witted, wild, rambunctious, no self-awareness, and overbearing when it comes to people. Now, a lot of times we don't understand that these people may be able to hide these traits very well. Some of them are actually on psychotropic medicines and have not been to therapy. This is where we are at in our society. These people are real live walking around. And I'm not trying to take no shots at people. And I'm not trying to discredit nobody. But at the point of where we are in our society, how are we going to procreate with the proper person to live a legacy? Oh, make no mistake about it. These type of people can engage with you. And I'm talking about go on a 6-month, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year run. And then, like I said, and you can always remember when I say this, and you can quote me on this. There's only 2 types of people in the world. Bad actors and people who get tired of acting. Real talk. These type of people are in our society, and you have to be careful on who you are hanging around with as far as friendships, relationships, or anything. And these type of people with these type of behavior traits take you out at any given moment. These type of people are uncouth as well. And when I say uncouth, they have no sense of self-awareness of others. Basically, even by themselves, they're willing to go to jail. They're willing to put others in harm, in danger. They're willing to sacrifice whatever it is to get their point across. They're willing to sacrifice whatever it is to make themselves feel better. They're willing to sacrifice whatever it is, including you, your mama, your father, your brothers, your children, or anything, so that they can have at least 15, 20 seconds, even 5 seconds of feeling good that they've made their point across. Because we got a lot of people in our society going on a campaign right now on, hey, I'm going to show people not to fuck with me campaign. That's where we at in our society. And you got to be aware, because these people will take you down emotionally, physically, financially, and most of all, man, spiritually. The spiritual thing has got to be the number one thing. Because if your spirit ain't right, then you not right. Here's another one of my characters when I talk about them that has these behavior traits, right? Yosemite Sam. I see a lot of Yosemite Sams riding around this city, especially in Houston, especially out in the Dallas area, especially out in the California area, especially in the New York area. I'm talking about carrying those same behavior traits and characteristics like a Yosemite Sam. I'm talking about ill-tempered, everything across the board. And I'm going to go to this one too, because I'm going to mix them all in one right now. All those characteristics that you see me describe with Yosemite Sam all the way to this one, even with Daffy Duck: hyperactivity, greedy, selfish, self-glorifying, spot hungry, lack of shame, and self-reflection. This is where we are in our society, and you have to guard yourself at every given moment. Not any, at every given moment, because a lot of these people are coming into your world not mentally prepared for life. This is my thing, and I want you to be able to share this with anybody. And this is straight off the board. Stop coming to people with your life fucked up and you trying to get your shit together as they have their life together. I want you to start getting yourself together and preparing yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. Then proceed to go on, because what we're not understanding is that we got a lot of people that like to attach themselves to people that got it together, and then they want to go in with their narcissism. Then they want to come in with their toxic mind frame, who have never established nothing, don't have no type of credentials, no attributes, no accolades, or nothing like that, and they want to merge and then tell you what's better for them when you've been living your life for the longest and been continuing the success and through your failures and obstacles and things like that to get yourself straight. They think that they know more than you. Now, I'm dead serious, man. A lot of these times, these people be so much as these people be so much of a fuck up that they can't never ever get themselves out of a hole. And then when they come to you, then they have the nerve enough want to blame you for their personal problems. This is where we at in our society. So you have to not take a blind eye. You have to be interactive, and you have to be interactive about yourself and reactive most of all. And you have to protect your space, because it is too many goofballs, too many people that have lollygagged and slacked off at life. And especially if you're coming into your 30s and the late ages of your 40s, and these people are continuously failing at life, that you need to get the fuck away from them. Too many times that I've had my friends, I'm talking about high intellectual friends, who are willing to compromise their emotions just to have somebody. They're willing to compromise themselves just to want to show another person what they're not trying to see. You got a lot of people out here that don't want to see your success as their success. A lot of times your success is a reflection of their failure. Now, make no mistake, everybody out here has failed. Everybody's not capable of getting to certain things. But I want you to understand these behavior traits, especially these that I'm talking about. Those people will come to you in such a manner of a light manner that you'll be embracive. And I want you to understand, people will take full advantage of your altruism. Now, most people want to know what altruism is. That's the nature. That's the essence of a person that is good-hearted, good nature, want to see things around them thrive, want to see things around them successful. But you got to understand that these people will spiritually be spiritual vampires and will suck you dry. I done seen it happen. I done seen some good dudes get taken down by some motherfuckers who never had no intentions of actually fucking with them for real in the first place. They'll waste your time, waste the money. I'm telling you. Just I'm talking about a wasted space. And you have to guard yourself at all times. Because if you don't guard yourself at all times, you'll find yourself being in what we call a beautiful tragedy. Now, let me explain what a beautiful tragedy is. Some people in this world want their lives to be a beautiful tragedy. And there's nothing that you can do. There ain't a pause button that can stop their lives from being fucked up because of what they've created. And they are in that space when they get into their late 20s and 30s to where they continuously be a fucked up. I'm talking about a continuous fuck up. And what I want you to understand about a beautiful tragedy is you can love that person, you can care about that person, you can try to build them up as a person. No matter what you do, they're headed for a brick wall. And you can be telling them, and you can consistently be telling them, and you can be actually looking at the time and the moment and the date of where they're going to continuously mess up, and it's going to be the end all and be all of their life. And you will end up destroying yourself trying to get that person to see what the vision that you have for them that they just can't see. And what you'll end up doing is losing money, losing sleep, losing energy, losing everything for a person. And it's no matter what you do on this green earth, you cannot stop them from the destiny of destroying themselves. If you think I'm lying, go into your local neighborhoods and communities. See where have you left and you've accomplished things, and see where you've left and may have migrated. You come back to them same places and you see those same people in the same exact place and space in which you left them. This is where we're at in our society. And this is where you have to be mindful of your time, your space, and energy. You got to get real about yourself. And then first, in order to be taken serious, you got to be serious about your motherfucking self. And most people say, oh, Rob, you so serious. You so serious. So what the fuck? What? I'm 40 years old. I don't have time to play with people. I don't have energy to hang around a whole bunch of motherfuckers who don't want to do nothing. That's what I'm saying. When you see my post earlier today, I say a lot of people play and like to get around and have fun. I like to do business. If I wouldn't have not prepared myself and not got myself up together, shout out to my dogs, Iron Sharpens Iron, Black Tim, man, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in right now, being able to speak to y'all. I done shook the cobwebs off. I'm back outside now. I'm back outside relating, politicking with the people so that they can understand what I'm bringing and what I'm giving myself to. I'm not playing around. I'm well accomplished. I done did a lot of things. I done took a lot of failures, but I refuse to let motherfuckers fail and think that I'm going to pick up the slack for them. You got the game all the way messed up, because that ain't how life works. This is street facts of what I'm telling you right now. Now, I want to say this too, and I want to get back to this, and I want to sweep in. I want you to understand that borderline personality disorder. You got a lot of people who are messed up mentally, and when they are caught up in their situation, they like to move away. A lot of times when we talk about migration, we don't talk about the behavior of migration, where people are moved from the outside of the world of where they done fucked up at, and then move elsewhere and come other places and start fucking up there too. Let me explain what I'm talking about. Meeting certain people from different areas is cool, but you got to understand that they have a history behind them. And when you start looking and researching their history, you might start finding some things. You might start finding some things that are deadly. You might find some things that are even petty. You may find some things that may be economically not suitable for yourself, but nonetheless, it's there. So be mindful and understand when you see people migrating, and I'm talking about people talking about they done moved all the way from Spain, moved all the way from Maine and North Dakota and all this, talking about they searching for a new life. Yeah, possibly. And I want you to understand this, and this is not everybody, but it could be a possibility that they done fucked up their life there. Now they want to try to reorganize because some people might be after their ass, and they want to come here and try to establish a cool little quiet territory. See, a lot of times people don't be thinking about stuff like this. I be thinking. I'm in depth with my thinking because at the end of the day, I value my peace. I value everything around me. And I've worked this hard not to fucking stay the same, and I want to accomplish more. So you have to be mindful. Your presence is a present to people, and you should not be accessible to everybody. Shout out to those. Shout out to my mentor, man. He's not easily accessible. A lot of my friends are not easily accessible. I'm not easily accessible. A lot of times I done had things happen right here in the city of Houston. People say things about me, have said things, lied, or what have you, and I tell these motherfuckers to stand on it. But you know why they can't stand on it? It's because a lot of them don't know shit about Robert Higgins Jr. So tonight, I want you to understand, protect your innocence, protect your peace, protect your finances, protect your children, protect your husband, protect your wife, protect your offspring and everything and everybody else around you. You must understand, as a man and as a woman, you are not to be played with. You are to value your time. You're only guaranteed so much time on this earth. And it's a lot of people that are laying on their deathbeds right now, reflecting on they shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and they could have did something about it in their early teens and 20s, but they continuously became a messed up person. And at the end of the day, guess what? They got nothing to show for it. All these things that you see me talk about tonight, I want you to start looking when you on your job. Start looking who's in your friend circle. Start looking who's in your family circle. Start looking in all of those that you come in contact with, their daily comings and goings. Start searching your spouse. Start searching your husband. Start searching your wife. And it's time to start bringing things to a table, because if anything, we must understand that these same behavioral traits have been infiltrated and have been orchestrated right directly into our culture and community to keep us at a disadvantage with each other. Henceforth, now we used to quietly hide things. Now we're blatantly behind the microphone, gender warring. We're blatantly behind the microphone, disrespecting one another. We blatantly behind the microphone with no type of conscious or self-awareness to destroy each other as a gender. And what we got to understand, that collectively we still don't make up even 1% of the nation's wealth. We don't. So if we're gonna make up something, then that means we gotta kick our asses high in gear, and we gotta get straight to it, straight up. And I'm not lying about it. This is where we gotta start getting. We gotta get serious about our game, and we gotta get serious about our business, and most of all, we gotta get serious about ourselves. Shout out to everybody, man, that's taking everything serious about their life, especially in their late 20s, early 20s, 30s, and 40s and 50s. Be serious about your business, man. Shout out to y'all for real. Now I'm going to talk about tonight's show. Check me out. We already discussed people are living, breathing Looney Tunes, and we comparing characters to real life behaviors. We did that. Tonight we talking J-Lo A.K.A. J. Kelly. She done lost more ring opportunities to be kept up more than the Buffalo Bills' Jim Kelly. We call her Thanos. She's in search of her 5th ring. Is it us or is it J-Lo? That's the problem. I want to ask that question tonight. I also want to ask this too. In the NBA Lil Pap situation, we're going to talk about that. We also going to talk about Cam Newton. Comments went viral on marriage. Is Cam's thinking a problem with the black community? I really want to ask these questions tonight, and y'all could come on and, you know what I'm saying, add to it. And we also going to talk about the Venezuelan gang allegedly takes over a community in Colorado. Are we on our way to having an internal foreign war as we continue to let in immigrants? I really want to ask that question. I really got to get in depth to that tonight. So now I really want to ask that question tonight. So let me get into this, and I really want to get to this thing here. So but first, I want to talk about the J-Lo thing. She's on her 5th ring conquest. At this point, we've seen J-Lo go from pillar to post with all the men that she's been with, right? She's been with so many men, and it has ended up being a disgrace at this point to the value of what marriage is. Now, I want to say this. and this is to the ladies, and this is a straight respectful thing that I'm trying to give, and I'm trying to get it to where we can connect instead of turn each other off. When a man marries you, he really wants to marry you. He's taking it serious. Now, I'm not saying that any man out here is not doomed to fail or doomed to fall by the wayside. We're human beings. We're going to keep it all the way 100 and we're going to keep it all the way real. But when a man wants to marry you, he wants to stay married to you. And at this point of where she's actually made a mockery of it from going from somebody to somebody, and we talking Alex Rodriguez, and I'm talking about two of the guys that she married. And I want y'all fellas to understand this, that your replacement is always at arm's length. Remember that. Remember, I want you to understand that. Remember that your replacement is always orbiting and always possibly in arm's length. Understand this. If you go according to that picture, and I didn't want to bring it up, but I'll probably post it. Two of the men that she was hanging around, one of them she married, and also one of them she dated. Now, what you say? This is where we at in our society. A lot of people are not taking this thing seriously and look at the social engineering aspect of what marriage is. Marriage isn't valued because people aren't valuing themselves first. And most of all, when you take yourself serious, like what you heard me say earlier, how you do one thing is how you do all things. And now she's put herself in a disadvantage. And anybody at this point that marrying her is just possibly would be the next one for financial gain at this point. Even though she has her own money. But you can't keep telling me that not the first guy, not the second guy, not the third guy, the fourth guy, Ben Affleck. And this is somebody who she married that she had already dated. Come on. I'm asking the question. Is it us? Are we being too hard on J-Lo? Or is it that she's actually a just complete fuck up? We got to start calling this type of stuff out, because what we can't keep doing is coddling and enabling foolishness, especially when it comes to the sanctity and the sacredness of marriage. It's not looked at as a bad thing in God's eyes. But however, we keep playing with this thing and keep going back and forth with this thing like it's hot potato. You keep being passed around like a collection plate at church, and that's not cool. It's not cool at all. It's not cool, man. At this point, man, I think that she should bow out gracefully, go sit down, and just value her time here on earth, because it has seemed like it has been an ongoing and constant struggle for her to be at peace with herself. You want to talk about Looney Tunes? It could be possibly. Are those characteristic traits that you see me describe in people in their everyday comings and goings? See if she fits any of those things that you see me talk about earlier. I think she really got something going on with herself mentally. And I think that she needs to possibly go to therapy, go get herself checked out, you know what I'm saying? And take a break away from Hollywood, take a break from a lot of things. And I'm going to tell you this too. Having social media in your business kind of creates a certain level of unnecessary distrust. And when I say that is because since the social media has gotten here, there has been pressure on people to look successful, fake it till you make it, always look like you always have it, celebrating all wins, no losses. That's a mentally disturbed society that we've created because we put the pressure on the babies now to have 1% items. So now when they even get to a first date, this is where we are in the society. A lot of young men and a lot of young women right now, with the pressures of social media, if they had a first date in the next couple years, the first thing is they're going to have to look like they're a top 1%, as opposed to building something together. And the misnomers and misinformation from men, the misnomers from women have created the society in which we live in. That's why people are mentally disturbed. That's why people can't get along. That's why people's expectations and standards have veered off the fucking road. That's why you have people like Jennifer Lopez, who's been married over 4 times, looking for a 5th ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shout out to Kobe Bryant, looking for another sponsor. And we sit up here and put these people on a pedestal who are continuously making a mockery of even what God considers the most sacred thing. Come on, man. We got to start thinking way better than people that we follow. Yes, we are followers of a lot of people, but we don't know what they do behind closed doors. We don't know who they worship. We don't know what they dedicated their life to and their spirit and soul to. So a lot of people out here soulless. They just functioning. They functioning off the internet. They functioning off of cliche sayings. They functioning off a whole bunch of bullshit that ain't even them. And it would take years to eradicate to get to the core of that person. That's why everybody's switching friends, switching sides, confused. I only think one way and I stand on it. There's never been one conversation that I had that I never could take back, that I never gave a fuck about that person, that I couldn't say in front of their face. Because if you think about it, most of the time people may feel one way and their moral compass may go the other, and then they might switch it back and forth the day or tomorrow. So at the end of the day, you got to be consistent in what you do. And what I'm seeing by J-Lo is inconsistencies. You can't be unhappy 4 times. You've had a bite at the apple, not once, not twice, but 3, 4 times now. Come on. You can't be a serial dater and a marrier. You got to grow the fuck up. And that's all I'm seeing right now in Jennifer Lopez is a whole bunch of adolescents. A lot of selfishness. A lack of self-awareness. Yeah, you may be accomplished, but you may have some things that are mentally off. And you got to understand that in this industry of entertainment, they pick certain individuals who are not free thinkers, but are people that have not are sociopaths, but have sociopathic tendencies to get agendas that they need to be pushed forward. Most people don't think about that when they following certain people. You don't know who they worshiping. You don't know what their God is. So be aware of that. And I want you to be aware of this type of situation. When you see this, is it her that's the problem, or are we just judging too harsh? I think we're not judging too harsh, because at the end of the day, I want to see marriage thrive, not just amongst them, but I want them to thrive amongst all of us. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these people ain't going to show up and show out when it comes to even acknowledging the Most High, or even show up and show out when acknowledging that it's actually cool to be in a marriage, as opposed to making it some big vibrant thing. And a lot of people want an elaborate wedding, but they don't want to stay married. A lot of people want to get married. Shout out to Dr. Neely Fuller. A lot of people want to get married, but a lot of people don't want to be married. I'm going to say this. Be careful on who you following, because it's people like this that I never ever want a part of. Real talk, man. Shout out to everybody, man, that's married. A marriage is a good thing. Marriage is not a bad thing. I love the fact that marriage is a good thing. I want to talk about this too. NBA Lil Pap free from prison after arrest of 5 years. He was arrested. He was arrested for the killing of G Money, and he was currently seen listening to NBA Youngboy. I wanted to ask the question: how much is a black life worth now at this point? Because G Money was a rapper out of Baton Rouge, and he was making his come up around the time of NBA Youngboy, and he was shot and killed. And I want to say this: can we get along? Can we get along at a high socioeconomic status when we're actually putting ourselves in position of power? Can we actually get along? And when I say this, because we've had so many of them, and NBA Youngboy right now currently locked up. We've seen so many of these rappers get locked up that have so much talent, so much promise, so much ambition to get caught up in a whole bunch of nonsense. Now, I know NBA Youngboy was beefing with G Money, and a lot of things were said, a lot of things that was disrespectful. But I'm gonna say this: this is a teaching moment. This is where the men are supposed to come in as the OGs and say, no, youngster, now you apologize. No, we're not going that route, because you don't understand what's at stake here. And when I say what's at stake here is a financial situation that you cannot just put yourself in, but you can put others in too. See, when you rapping, it's cool. But when you understand it, when it's money to be made, you have to fade out of the nonsense. You have to get your mind together and you have to get yourself together in order to go into that upper echelon. We done seen so many rappers get killed unnecessarily behind nonsense and drama that really wouldn't matter at this point. We have NBA Youngboy, one of the highest selling artists of all time, who went direct to consumer, not even signed to a label, just kept dropping music. His hustle is unmatched and it's comparable to Wayne's. And he's sitting in jail. And here we have G Money, man, that was a great talented artist in the come up. I wish they could have squashed that. And NBA Lil Pap getting into all the nonsense of that, man. You got three people that are right now currently could be trending from their city, putting the map. Imagine, check this out. 50 Cent is doing wonders, comedy-wise, acting-wise, and bringing the light to a city. Now, imagine if all of them could have been on one accord. Imagine if Fredo Bank could have been on one accord with NBA Youngboy, with NBA Lil Pap. Imagine this. Imagine G Money being alive today, just squashing it, letting it go, just let the music fly and let the music speak for itself. Where would that city be as far as shining light? There's a domino effect to any and everything. Imagine all of this if everybody could just take the step back. If the OGs would actually be fucking OGs and step to them and be like, nah, bro, we're not gonna do that. Nah, your career is taking off. We're not going into the nonsense and the bullshit of what the social media and the politics of the streets say. Nah, we're gonna do this right. We done lost too many rappers. XXX Tentacion, man, countless others. And I can go from state to state, man. We got, man, Drake Yoda Ruler. It's countless others that have lost their lives who had promised. Doe B, man, the list goes on. Stack Bundles, RIP to Stack Bundles, Chinks Drugs, who died over a beef. And I can say this, Chinks Drugs, who died over a beef in jail. He beat somebody up and it was still on their mind. They took it from the prison to the streets. When the fuck we gonna ever actually get in a position of power so we can really take some shit over and then we can start adapting to this magic word called nepotism? You got too many goofy ass niggas behind this microphone that be talking, and a lot of times they be hiding in their mama's basement. A lot of them don't be outside and don't understand the politics. And I want you to understand this, and if you understand who I'm talking about, well, we got to understand a lot of these niggas that's our color ain't our kind. So there has to be a separation amongst the pits and the poodles. See, a lot of times these dudes, they just be talking, but they'll never walk it. A lot of these dudes sit there and hide behind a keyboard and they want to be keyboard crips. Blogging bloods. Mousepad mobsters. All the shit that don't fit the scenario of the streets. And I tell anybody, if you've ever been in the streets, your whole focus and whole mentality is to get out of them and not portraying the nonsense of the streets. Real talk, man. A lot of people got the game messed up. This shit is not guts and glory. A lot of people can get your head taken off out here. And a lot of these young brothers have lost their lives with the perpetuation of ignorance, especially when it came to the social media and this music industry. But I'm here to wake you niggas up. I'm here to give y'all a different perspective so y'all can understand how to move accordingly. Because a lot of these OGs ain't being OGs and stepping up to the plate and keeping it real with y'all. Man, I'm hoping in the future, a lot of this nonsense can be squashed, and a lot of these dudes coming from these hometowns, and a lot of these people coming out the Houston area, a lot of people coming out of California, New York, Philly, Jersey. Shout out to them too. Shout out to my people out there in North Dakota, South Dakota. Shout out to my people out there in Virginia, North Carolina, man. You know, I always love y'all, bro. I want peace. There's too much money out here to be made for you to be sitting up here doing a whole bunch of bullshit that's not going to contribute or be conducive to your environment or your career. Shout out to y'all, man. I hope y'all get it together, man, because we need this at this point. I want to say this too. I want to tackle this, and this was real. Cam Newton's viral comments caused a stir. In his one-on-one with Dr. Bryant, he talked about having more children. He had already had children. And wanting more children. And he said that marriage wasn't his focal point. However, he did want to have more kids. And Dr. Bryant actually had made a statement about him actually contributing to the fact of making single parent households. A lot of people were mad at Cam. But my question is, yeah, you could say that. You can actually say, yeah, that's a true thing. Because we've seen this with the Nick Cannon situation. But what we got to understand something is understanding this on both sides. We're talking about a man that's a top 1%er. The way his thinking is of a 1%er. And I'm not saying it's justifiable. But what we have is a problem with hypergamy. Because in this society right now, and we're not even talking about the Cam Newtons of the world, we look at our society where women are leaving certain men for a higher income. That's what hypergamy is. So what you got to understand is, from him being in that position of power, he spoke from a position of power. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's justifiable. But you got to understand that men and women have a choice to have choices. And in those choices, it can either go up or it can go down. Just like in a marriage. Men and women have the option to date up or date down. It's your choice. You can either get on the roller coaster ride or you can get off. But Cam is speaking solely from where he has the position of power, and a lot of people are upset with him for that. But you got to understand this too, ladies, and I'm going to have to read your mail, and I got to be real with you. When you had those options of looks and you were looking your best and you was chopped to death, everything was fitting right, everything was sitting tight, and I'm talking about you had dudes offering unlimited tangible benefits. Shout out to Jason Black. You had a choice, but the thing is, a lot of times that becomes paralysis by analysis, where you think that you have too many options, where you actually sitting in the casino and can actually win. And you can walk away from the table and you can walk away with your earnings with a man, and you can ride off in the sunset and build a legacy with that man. But we got too many people with the Jezebel spirit. We got too many people out here with a homongering spirit. We got too many people out here with the player type ways. We got too many people over here that's the gigolo ways. We got too many people that are over here prostitutes and don't know that they prostitutes. You got too many people over here that's trying to go wherever the money goes and blows. And that has created this narrative to where certain individuals talk the way that they talk. I'm not guessing my way through this, because we've seen many people in positions of power that say that Cam is wrong and a turn back around. And if Cam was to make them an offer that they couldn't refuse, they'd be on the last train. And I'm guaranteeing they'd be on the last train leaving. You see, it's not fun when the rabbit has the gun, and he's only speaking from what his position is. Nick Cannon did what he did from a position of where he's done in his lifetime. That was his choice. Just like a lot of times these women had choices to walk away, but they didn't. Because let's just be 1,000 real with it. A lot of us are impoverished. A lot of us only can dream of hitting the lottery. And a lot of times when these young brothers are in those positions, a lot of women will do whatever it takes to be in those positions. These ain't shots fired. These are shots that are going straight to your heart for you to understand what I'm about to say. And I want you to understand this. A lot of times, and you may not like what I'm about to say, but a lot of times, a lot of our sisters and brothers got together with no intentions of having children, and the children just ended up here by accident. A lot of times, these women have had good men, and guess what? They felt like that was their only purpose and chance of actually getting with a top 1%er. So they destroyed 1 year, 2 year, 3, 4, 5, 6 year relationships of getting with these rappers, getting with these movie stars, getting with these football players, getting with these basketball players, just so that they could possibly position themselves in a position of power too. And that goes back to what I was telling you. And I'm talking about hypergamy, the thing that everybody don't like to talk about, run from, but fails to want to acknowledge, because it can be on both hands. Because for every Cam Newton you got an Oprah. For every basketball player like LeBron James, you got a Gayle King. So it works on both sides. So we're not gonna sit up here and act like what Kim said was almost, oh my God, this was wrong. See, a lot of feminists use these opportunities to create that great divide, but they don't understand the politics, and they don't understand the social structuring, and they damn sure don't understand economics when you're talking from a position of power. So at the end of the day, he has a right to think the way that he thinks. Society doesn't have to go with that. The women don't have to go with that. And nobody has to make that choice. But at the end of the day, he's speaking from his perspective. He's speaking from his world in which he's created. So either at the end of the day, if somebody want to be a next baby mama, they're going to become the next baby mama. Because let's make no mistake about it. A lot of times these people sit here and type and say a whole bunch of shit, but they know damn well if Cam Newton stepped to them today, they getting the hell up out of here and getting on that money train. So let's keep it 100 and let's keep it real. Shout out to my boy Timbo out here. My boy Timbo on here live in effect. You know what I'm saying? My boy Tim is out here. He's doing his thing. Shout out to him. I'm finna bring you up, man. I'm finna bring you up. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm finna bring you up here, big dog.
What up?
What's up, man? We glad to. I gotta give you a hell of a response. My boy back in the building, man. Timbo the motherfucking king. We outside, man.
I heard what you said on the cam, man.
Yeah.
Hey, if everybody cool with it, then it's good.
They gotta be cool with it. They ain't got no choice but to be cool with it, man. They ain't got no choice but to be cool with it.
Oh yeah, one thing about it, man. They gonna swim with the motion, man.
Yeah, definitely gonna swim with the motion. When you got guys that are even in the top 10%, bro, you know what I'm saying? He looking good, smelling good, got all his shit together, making great sound financial decisions. He can speak from that place, and I think a lot of times people don't want them to speak from that place and that space, but he's got his own platform. He can say whatever he wants to. If you want to do the same thing, then I encourage anybody else to take the same route or whatever to get to that point, and then you can be in that position of power too.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Well, you know, and the ones that do have that motion, they not held to the same standard. Like look at the Jennifer Lopez's of the world. What she shopping for? A fifth ring, huh?
She moving up out here like Thanos, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She collecting all the rings, bro. She grabbing every Infinity Stone she can, bro. Shout out to.
Check this out. What she's showing the world is any man that comes across her path, he better do one thing: run. Yeah.
Real talk,
See,
man.
the difference between powerful men having 4 or 5 wives and 4 or 5 like, powerful women having 4 or 5 husbands speaks volumes. We got one from the girl to run for the goddamn me presidency. You see what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
In comparison, like women want to be held to the same standard as men so much, and they don't realize that it's not possible. 30 bodies on a man versus 30 bodies on a woman is not the same.
Not at all.
Not the same. One of the decreases is stock. One it depreciates her stock, man, her value. They gotta understand that, man. Like, I get it. But see, if they took pride in exclusivity, right,
Mm-hmm.
they'd be further along. If they just took the time to say, you know what,
No,
everybody,
no, no, no. Hold on. Repeat that for the people. I want you to understand. Repeat that for the people again, man.
if they took pride in exclusivity, they'll be further along. See, like the women in Dubai and overseas, it's a different stock. It's a different set of rules. It's a different set of prestige. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's not accessible. It's like a rare diamond. See what I'm saying? Everybody getting boys are nice and cute as a coney. It's a difference, man, in finding that diamond, man. You got a mind for that thing, man.
Facts.
You got to dig deep to go get that. Oh, it's blood on them diamonds.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. That's just how it is, man. You know, if people just took value in themselves, women preferably, man, because you know they talking so loose about they private parts on songs now. They talking so loose about all this, but it's like, man, look, Cardi B, I don't cook, I don't clean. Let me show you how I got this ring. You just filed for divorce.
Let me get that one, man. Come on, man.
Like Nicki Minaj, she put so much value into her pussy. You gonna marry a pedo.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like at some point, you gonna have to open your goddamn eyes and see what's going on around you. Yeah.
You know, a lot of times I've been labeled, and I can say this, I've been labeled as a woman hater, right?
Yeah.
And when you ask me, and this is my thing, when I ask them how many kids they have and how many kids I have, it's normally in the runnings of at least 2 or more. And then when you get down to the dissecting of who they baby daddies was, and you start comparing me to them, there's not even a comparison. The mind frame, the hustle, the drive, the grind, the understanding of social structuring, social engineering, economics, there's no comparison. But 9 times out of 10, those people that say that they don't have a high vibration, much less a high standard. Just like how you said, I'm not exclusive to everybody. So everybody can't understand what I understand, and they can't understand what they understand because they not trying to understand anything. And the majority of the society is a bunch of people that are trying to go up and upscale, right? So how you gonna upscale when you have a low vibrational way of thinking?
The White House.
Come on, man.
The White House, 5-star hotels, country clubs. You know what come along with all these places? You need credentials, and it takes a certain type of background and all that to even receive access.
Let me add on to what you just said and piggyback. When you take even certain positions in the military, in the government, especially in them higher up offices, your credit has to be straight. Your finances has to be straight, especially when it's coming with the economics. Because you know why? Because they know if you got good credit, they know if you're in a good economic standard, you're less likely to steal.
Right. And you know what's so crazy? it's only our kind that even take a hit at that, right? Like as far as saying like as far as us telling our women to value themselves, like, hey man, stop putting your pussy on the internet. Stop doing it. It's like they get upset with us for telling them to value themselves. It's just like the old ladies when we was growing up, we'd be sagging our pants, and the old lady say, "Hey son, pull your pants up," and we'd be like, "Ah, man, it's like the trip." In hindsight, you look at it, it's like nah, like she know how these people perceiving you, and she telling you, young man, look, carry yourself with some integrity. It wasn't coming from a place of hate. It's not trying to tell you, oh, it's not your body. You can't woo woo. Because I'm looking at these young boys now, like they sagging 20 times harder than we would. Like we might show the band and show the Ralph Polo draws on the top, but these niggas got their pants under their butt cheeks, man. You know what I'm saying?
Easy access, man.
Like they tripping, man. It's like man, like just to see what we come as a society. See, white folks, they not having these type of discussions. They already know, hey, look, like they own stocks. They talking, hey man, what we're gonna do about this? Hey, look, we got some properties over here. Like they not talking about what we talking about. We so far behind. We got to tell our ladies to put some clothes on.
Now here's the funny. Now watch this. Let me ask you something, Tim. Where do you normally have your business meetings?
Say it again.
Where do you have your business meetings?
Oh, strip clubs, titty bars, uh, taco Tuesday, secluded areas, wherever it need to be.
Okay. Now, me and you, when we sat among certain individuals, we've been at golf clubs. I mean, we've been at golf courses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We be
That's
in
why, that's
the,
why I say secluded areas. I'm not gonna
yeah,
put a snap on
yeah,
well because I don't need people feeling like they could just pull up and get there.
yeah.
It's certain place you're not gonna be able to obtain access to. Because when you
Eh,
come in here, yeah, we guess what? We dad hats, collar shirts, tucked in belts, khakis, nice kicks. Yeah, and we know how to fit in and blend.
I'm gonna put this up, man. I think I'm gonna do this tonight. I'm gonna issue a challenge, the tie challenge, and I'm saying
You know what? Call it the Esquire challenge.
let's do
AK
it.
from Esquire. That's he was in the hood. But see, he was set apart from T.I. Rashard and all them guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
He went out there, played golf. He knew how to blend. That's how he got the written letter from the Garnett guy. You get what I'm saying? He knew how to
Mm-hmm.
blend. Do you know how to blend? That need to be the challenge, man. Do you know how?
Yeah.
Can you turn it on, turn it off? I could post up on the block, but I could also go inside of these boardrooms. Even if I'm not saying a word, I still look like I belong in here. They might be talking over my head. I still know how to blend in these rooms. Can you blend in these rooms?
Come on, man. Shout out
Or,
to
or,
the young brothers that's doing business out here, big business.
yeah. Or a security gonna walk up to you and say, "Come on, come on, come on, come on." Hey, look at bro. Don't make no scene. Just come on up out of here.
you know, when I seen this thing that I think they had did the little thing on DMX when he had first got signed.
Yeah,
A lot of people don't understand. There were so many execs in that room that knew exactly what he didn't know, and they're able to take advantage. That's where we got to be culturally to have a thirst for knowledge. We got to be able to want to that black excellence thing that we talk about. We see the negative more than we see the positive, and we got to get back to that. And see, when you in these boardrooms and these executive rooms and shit like that, you got to understand that one wrong move or one misunderstanding, if you're not paying attention and listening and not knowing the verbiage and the way that sentence is structured, you can fuck up your whole life. I've seen it happen. You got to be serious when you out there. Can't play with it.
yeah.
And we got to get together like people like you, me, Black, everybody that actually come together and do stuff. We got to continue that iron sharpens iron, especially when we had that conversation at that spot, and then the young brother didn't even know how to change a tire.
Right. That's another thing. See, Like what we teaching our sons, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. I'm all for AAA. They're gonna take 45 minutes to come out, but man, can you get out and just get out and jump out and change the tire? You know, that's not a play on your manhood or nothing. But it's like, damn, like what do these youngsters know how to do? Like what's they skills? And I understand the internet is their skill. They man, look, they making millions of dollars on the internet. So I'm not knocking none of that. But if the internet shuts down, the Wi-Fi cut off, do you know how to fish? Do you know how to hunt? If the grocery store shut down, can you make sure your family get fed? Cause guess what, man? I know how to shoot deers, bow and arrow. I know how to fish. I know how to crab. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, look, we gonna eat. If I gotta plant a garden, I know how to do that, man. We gonna eat around here, man. You know, hopefully we don't nothing happens to where we have to go back to those times. But it's good at knowing how to. Can you build a fire? Do you know how to make a fire from scratch? You know, it's like, man, it's sad because you know we get on the women a lot. Oh, can she cook from scratch? Can she whoop the woot? Oh, this box macaroni and cheese. But man, what do the men know how to do? These niggas soft as hell, man.
Man, that you ain't that, man. Say it again.
They soft as hell, man.
Man, real talk, man.
For real, dog. Man, look. Say, man, it's levels, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's men going through shit every day. They ain't saying I need to take no mental health break, and I'm not knocking mental health. That's real. But I'm just saying, like, niggas is dragging they broken leg to get to work, man. Back in the old days, man. To make sure, hey, man, look, we gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? These the guys we really looked at. It was a different level of respect, man. These niggas, man, a broken toenail, man. Like, man, they not going to work. They not showing up. They not on the grind. Rob, we juggle multiple jobs. We juggle multiple careers. Let me not say jobs, careers. You know what I'm saying? You with Meta, you with Hennessy, you with big brands. You feel me? We making major plays, major moves. It don't stop, man. Around the clock. Sometimes we have to make ourselves take a break. We don't work 7 days straight for weeks on end. You know what I'm saying? It just where's the work ethic? Where's that, man? A lot of these women are having harder work ethics than us. Like look at the women going to trade schools right now to learn how to drive trucks, be electricians, and
Shout out to
mechanics
the
and stuff.
ladies.
Because men don't want to do it no more. These niggas want to be ladies, man. It's like we got to get back to it, dog. We got to get back to the basics. What's gonna do it though?
I think I think another shutdown. I mean, because then if you really think about it, it
But
showed
but
the
but but
lack.
Raw, the shutdown is what turned the women up. That's when they saying like, oh shit, this little bullshit job I got, this not essential. I gotta sit down. Now they saying, okay, well, the 18-wheeler drivers, the electricians, all these people, man, working.
Longshoremen's. Yeah. I think what we gotta do is we're gonna probably I need to do like a barbershop session where we actually record at the barbershop and we bring at
Yeah,
least 5 young brothers, maybe just not a big group, and we talk to them and we ask them, what are they prepared for? You know what I mean? As far as like you said, the Esquire challenge. And just getting into their mind so that they can start. If they hadn't been thinking about that, cool, that's cool, because now's the time to think and we get them to that mind frame. I think that would probably be a good help.
yeah. Cause I understand you can make big money off playing video games. They do have the internet teams. Them niggas making money. They doing it. I ain't gonna lie, they doing it. But man, like, what can you do with your hands, man? Can you change your mama oil? You know what I'm saying? Can you rotate her tires?
Change the air filter.
Do you know how to wash her car? Yeah. So Rob, set it up. Let me know, man. Me and the call, man. We finna go grab something to eat real quick. I'll just tapping in.
Always, man.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
boy
We out of
Timbo the
town right
King.
now, man. But
Oh, let them know too, man. Let them know where you at, man. Let them know to come through, man. Get a chop. You know what I'm saying? Get chopped to death, man. Let these folk know what
Hey,
time
that
it
old
is.
boy saying too, well, man, if you're trying to get educated on the barber game, tap in with me. I'm gonna get the financial aid, man. 11,000. You gonna get the full course from me, man. 11,000. Tap in, man. I'm gonna plug you all the way in. Hey, Timbo the Great on IG or Timbo Chops on IG. Tim Davis on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Get at me. It's going down. I'm gonna plug y'all the way in the game.
Already, man.
Bob, I'm catch the rest of the show, man. Just do your thing, man.
Man, for sure, so, man. Definitely, man. Love you always, man. Big time for real, for real.
For sure.
Bet.
Uh,
Man, shout out to Timbo on the tap in, man. You already know what time it is, man. We really talk. And this is the politicking that we do. But I also want to tap in on this too. And I'm going to be brief. And it leads into this too, man. Venezuelan gang allegedly takes over Colorado community. Are we on the way to having an eternal foreign war as we continue to let immigrants in? And this is a message of what I'm saying to young black men and young black women. Are we prepared? And what I'm saying is, with this gender war going on where we going at each other, are we really mentally prepared to go to the next level if it means by any means necessary? Like Malcolm X used to talk about, are we really in that position to want to go that route? Are we really in that position to really want to be prepared? What kind of, I even asked this on the Instagram and it got about 346 likes. Are we prepared economically? Are we prepared as far as war strategic? Are we prepared to be able to get goods and ship services if a war broke out? How will we be able to manage these things? Because those that have it in control, and I'm asking, those that have it in control, what do you think black men and black women weigh on that totem pole as far as goods and services? We know that the Jewish community, the Iranian community, we have the Asian community, all of them have grocery stores. They have a pipeline to get goods and resources back from their home countries. Where do African Americans go in case anything was to break out and goods had become scarce and you had to ration everything off? Where would our connection be to Africa? Where would our connection be to the motherland so that we could establish ourselves? Let me even ask this one. I ask this at least once or twice a year. What plan do African Americans have as far as a war plan? If it was a cryptic tweet that went out today to kill every African American and I'm talking about man, female, children, and everything, what plan do we have in place that we would be able to strategize and survive? We don't even go to the practice range. What we did was we put switches on our guns and we started killing innocent people in the process. We never tried to get our aim right because with aim comes focus. With aim comes a certain level of you trying to intentionally hit your target. But a lot of times these young brothers who got guns, they just flashing that gun around trying to let off a few shots and not trying to hit anything with an intent to, I'm talking about an intent to protect. They just have an intent to kill. And we see this right now where these people have come in and taken over territories. What if they came to Fifth Ward? What if they came to Greenspoint? What if they came to Homestead? What if they came to all the places like Third Ward and places and said, hey, man, this is ours. We taking over. What kind of play or what kind of war strategy or strategy do we have in place to protect our own? And if you don't know, now's the time to start thinking about that. Now it's time to start thinking about where your next meal could come from. Where your ammunition. Who makes the ammunition? When all you out of bullets, who's going to continuously to make the ammunition? What black ammunition makers do we have in society? These are the things that need to be looked at. You don't control the bullets. You don't control the food. You don't control the economics. You don't control the laws. You don't control the entertainment aspect of anything. The areas of activity that Dr. Neely Fuller talk about. What are we prepared for? And if you're not prepared and you got your dick in your hand, you're not gonna be able to expand anything. You're just gonna get caught lacking. Just trying to give you some game and put some paint where it's ain't, man, because a lot of people not going to talk about stuff like this, especially when it comes to the media. You got a lot of people that want to kid themselves. They want to refrain from thinking. They want everybody else to do the thinking for them. That's why we are the society that we are. And this is why things are fucked up mentally between black men and black women, because we let the people do the thinking for us. We start mimicking the characters. Looney Tunes characters ain't by no mistake. I didn't bring these Looney Tunes characters out just to make fun of people. No, I wanted to show you that these same people have these type of behavior traits within their society and their communities and their marriages and their relationships with their families. That's where we at in our society. I didn't come to play and try to poke fun, because a lot of these Mimis and Evelyn Lozadas and all of these, you got modern day African Americans trying to mimic motherfucking what they do that's non-existent. That's a damn character played off of TV. My mother used to say, be yourself before you be by yourself. And that's why I say, if we're not prepared for war, man, we're not prepared for anything. And like Pac said, that every black young brother and sister should have a military mind. We don't have a military mind to want to take over. We just want to go along to get along and not be non-confrontation, which means all of our fight and our initiative drive and our pride goes to everything else but our own. But I want to say this, and it pisses me off, and I'm going to probably just end the show on this one, because I got to understand, and I want you to understand that where we are in our society, man, and we got to get real. And when I say we got to get real about what we doing and how we doing things, and in the intentions of how we doing things and what we're doing. We got to get to that right now. And the reason why we're not at it is because we're afraid of it. We're afraid of it. We have allowed ourselves to be afraid to expand. We've allowed ourselves to be afraid to want to say something in a meeting that's not right. We've allowed ourselves to want to go along and get along to where our fight has been destroyed. But I got to say this because it pisses me off, and I want you to understand this is what I'm about to say, man.
Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
Make no mistake, we got right now this in our education system to where we damn near dead last, especially when it comes to our culture. Go to your local schools and see how many people are in special ed. See how many kids are taking I'm talking about regular classes versus taking magnet classes. A lot of times we don't understand that a lot of the things that happen within our school systems is because we're not putting a watchful eye on our children. We want our children to be better, but we don't know how to be better. All we doing is telling them out there to go out there and be successful. But what areas of activity are you pointing in them in the direction to be successful? That's the shit that I be talking about. If we could actually look ourselves in the mirror as a society and collect our information, collect our economics, start adapting to nepotism, then we could be a thriving society. Make no mistake that Fifth Ward hasn't changed unless it's gentrified. Trinity Garden hasn't changed unless it's gentrified. And I'm talking about people who are taking their money out of their communities and their spaces because they've built it and kept it amongst themselves in nepotism. And now they come into your neighborhoods to adapt that same ideology and that same way of thinking. And they come in your community and take your community. Always remember this. The most humane form of gentrification is payment. The most humane form of gentrification is payment. So understand, when you're doing something in this society, make sure that you actually go into your job with the intention of taking over. And even if you ain't in the intention of taking over, get as much information that you can so that you can mimic and do that same damn thing and be able to make your own way and to make your own way in space and your own way in light to where you can do your own thing and your children can prosper from. Because let me tell you something, at a job, you can't hand down the legacy of a job that doesn't belong to you, but you can hand down a legacy in something which you can create amongst not just your family, but others around you. Power, wealth, and influence ain't just about you having the diamonds and the golds and the rubies and the jacuzzis. It's about actually putting other people in that position of power so that they can thrive just like you. The brother that you just heard speak has put me in positions. The brother that you heard speak, I put him in some different positions. Iron sharpens iron. And if you ain't sharpening yourself on no iron, then you dull. So get your shit together, handle your business, and become powerful. Now, don't waste time talking about you're going to put it off next week. Now, sit your ass down right now and decide to become great right now. Shout out to y'all, man. For real, for real. Prepare yourselves, man. I wouldn't even want to be too long, but I was long enough, man. You know what I'm saying? You know how they say at church? You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to be too long, and you end up being 3-4 hours. Now, I really wasn't going to be too long tonight because I felt like a lot of these things need to be addressed. We're going to probably come back again. I want to say this too, man. I want to say this. And I want to put them on the board so that they'll know that they're most of all respected. And this is real. Man. We had a decent show tonight. Listen to me, man. I want to say this. I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. We would like to thank everyone for contributing to tonight's program, to all my loyal followers, Dino, LaShonda, Just Talks, RTS Boxing, the Great 88 Movers, and more. I got nothing but love and positive vibes for y'all to come y'all way, man. You already know what time it is, man. We've been rocking and rolling for a very long time. You already know, man. This is what we do. Infused Influences. You already know Infused Influences. My boy, man. Shout out to him. Man, I hope you took some things from tonight's program. I hope you actually shared this. I hope you sit down with your children. I hope you sit down with your family. I hope you sit down and start sparking these conversations. We got a lot of things coming up, man. I also wanted to say this too, man. A lot of people, we got the merch. We rocking and rolling, you know what I'm saying? We definitely got the shirts. We got the Henleys. We definitely got the hats. Man, we got a lot of stuff coming. Hopefully we'll be in talks. I got some big announcements to make possibly by Tuesday. Some things are moving. Some things are grooving, man. And I also want to say that, let me tell you something. It's not about the quantity of what you put out. Yeah, we want to get in the algorithms, but we also want to get directly to a certain view and audience. And I'm going to tell you something. It's about quality. Let me tell you something. Somebody behind the background was showing me some love, man. They sent me 2 bottles and said, listen, I want you to stay consistent for the next 6 months. And I want to see what you got going on, man. And I definitely want to get behind you and what you do. So definitely, I don't want to say no names, but shout out to him, man. I got to give him some love. I gotta send that love out, man. Infused Influences. You already know we be on Instagram. We politic back and forth. Another iron sharpens iron, brother. Shout out to him, man. And I'm also looking for some moderators. Maybe bring one all. Let's have a Sunday conversation around 8 o'clock. Man, bring your friends, bring others. Man, we definitely want to have these intelligent conversations, man, and we want to start being high vibrational, as people say nowadays. We definitely want to be high vibrational. But I want to tell y'all, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. And like I said, we're going to have another program Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. We got a lot of things going on. And then also, too, shout out to Encore, man, one of the most hottest spots in the city, too. You know, we definitely linked up today. We got something in the works. Pay attention. We're going to be doing some places where we're going to be doing some live venues coming up in the next month. So, man, I just want to tell y'all, man, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Y'all going to catch me in Dallas in a few weeks. I'll be there. We're going to be doing a show there as well. And we moving around, man. I'm telling you, man, we ain't stopping till we worldwide, man. We Texas wide. But guess what? We done spread it out to Spain, Frisco, Maine, all the way to Spain, man. For real, we doing our thing. Shout out to my boy Trap God Lido. Shout out to him, man, out there in Miami. Shout out to everybody in Dade County. Shout out to everybody in Overtown. Man, shout out to all of them, man, because they rock with me too, man. But I want to end tonight's show with none other than my boy, Trap God Lito. It's called Running Man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comments, man. And we definitely out. And until the next time, we definitely gonna yap about it. Peace.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Roads under my feet. I'm gonna run these streets. Ghetto life we live. I'm gonna shut my business. They never feel my pain, but they know my name. Ooh, yeah. They gon' know my name. It's been so long. I was trying to get right. Oh, it feel like I'm wrong. By the end of the night, I be all on my own. I ain't got a gun, I ain't running from a fight. I was locked down in the belly of the beast. I was just trying to make my way to the light. I had to make that bitch understand. I'm whipping shit with the other hand. Now I'm bouncing back like a rubber band. When it come to money, do the running man. And she just wanna fuck with a nigga who 100, yeah. Who 100? I don't want nothing, I just want some money, yeah. Some money. And she just wanna fuck with a nigga who 100, yeah. And I don't want nothing, I just want some money, yeah. I made a game, jamming shit, I'm getting one of them rain. Traumatized, no iconic pain. Dirty work, I'm coming back with a stain. I paid the cost, dirty game, I perfected the cross. Had to learn how to take me a loss. Put them on, now it made me a boss. And she just wanna fuck with a nigga who 100, yeah. Who 100? And I don't want nothing, I just want some money. Roads under my feet, I'm gonna run these streets. Ghetto life we live, I'm gonna shut my business. They never feel my pain, but they know my name. Ooh, yeah. They gon' know my name. I was down bad, but I never went against the code. I had love for dog, I had to cut him off, I heard he told. I would've laid down when I did the time for the gang. And these be the same clowns that be tryna put dirt on my name. Ain't no pretty ball, no mention to me. I know how to get the bag out the streets. I know how to turn a 1 to a 3. I know how to turn your bitch to a freak. And she just wanna fuck with a nigga who 100, yeah. Who 100? I don't want nothing, I just want some money, yeah. Some money. And she just wanna fuck with a nigga who 100, yeah. And I don't want nothing, I just want some money. Roads under my feet, I'm gonna run these streets. Ghetto life we live, I'm gonna shut my business. They never feel my pain, but they know my name. Ooh, yeah. They gon' know my name. I was down bad, but I never went against the code.